Greetings Earthlings, welcome back to my channel, the Only Lauren channel. I am your always effervescent and kind of semi-popular Professor Lauren, and today we are talking about why men, or all men, will only want black women in the future. Yes, this has to do with the age of Aquarius. So the first thing I want to say is that all statements that are in this video are 100% backed by scientific data and are true and factual and has been proven. All statements made in this video is 100% true and factual and have been backed by scientific proofs and data. A non-black guy that I once went out with told me this, and I went and did my own research and I did find that this was accurate. So that's why today's lecture is going to be on why all men will and are going to prefer black women only in the future, and how this is going to play a part in the age of Aquarius. So the first things first, we have quantum leaped into the age of Aquarius for all those who are measuring based on the precessionary periods of the time as the clock of the earth moves around itself in the celestial. And a lot of those who are saying that we are not in the age of Aquarius don't even know calculus or how to configure partial differential equations or mathematical logic and figures. So nothing that they say is credited it as far as mathematical calculations into the age of Aquarius. But I could talk about that a little later, or maybe in another video. So why will all men want or only prefer black women in the near future? Well, if you don't know, and I hope you do know, many black women, or all black women, or black women possess this thing called mitochondrial DNA, Eve gene. That mitochondrial DNA, Eve, will be secreted from their pheromones. And basically this mitochondrial DNA, the Eve gene, has been traced back all the way to ancient Africa. No country but Africa. The pheromones won't just be released by scent on the body, but it will include the 5 senses, including the third eye, which is usually related to ESP and ESP. This means that all human men will be able to detect the Eve gene within those women. It'll usually be by the sheen of the skin and richness. They'll be able to look into her eyes and see into the iris that her DNA is the black genes that they need to procreate with. And there will be pheromones secreted from the eyes as well. There will be pheromones secreted from the intimate parts of the woman that will make most, if not all, of these men very, 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 very attractive. And of course, typical muscle and body tightness will all be dead indicators and giveaway. But wait, the most important part will be the hair. It is the crown and the aura of it all. The hair is connected to the third eye, and it will be, I mean, obviously black women's hair is afro-textured, but the afro-textured hair is connected to the aura, as the aura reveals the true character of the woman, and this is how they will know that she has the mitochondrial DNA Eve gene that they have been looking for and that they desire only. And most likely, as the time goes on, there will be devices that will do this hard work for them, so they won't have to even work this hard just to have to determine if she's that lady. So through the DNA is your chemical composition and makeup. The color black is an amalgamation or a combination or a consolidation of many different colors, of all the colors. And there is this thing called spectroscopy, which works by revealing chemical composition through the color. Basically, light particles shining itself on an object will reveal its chemical composition through its color. Again, and that's how we know the chemical makeup of individual items. The wavelength and frequency determines the atomic construct and how the atom will act. The reason why this is very important is because in astrology, the sun, moon, and planets work together and use a set of particles, including electromagnetic radiation, along with gravity waves. I'm just assuming that the unknown or hidden radiation that they are using are gravitational waves, because I do know there is a force that it is being used, but I have no idea what that force is. When those combinations of forces and energies are being put on you on the day you were born, the potential for greatness is exponential when it is on black skin. There are some, what do they call them, disclaimers to that. So this just means like a woman who was born under a Cancer sun will be extra nurturing with all that Cancer nurturingness. It should be extra mothery. You'll get all that black love. Hashtag black love. And it'll make you feel more incredibly loved, and that will be much more useful to you. And that's why the placements on a black woman make her more superior. So what exactly will take place in the age of Aquarius that will make the demand for black women so high? So basically, men who do have blackness and men who don't have blackness will want to marry with black women pretty much exclusively and only Lauren. And they'll be able to take those traditional black talents that black people usually don't use and make use of them. I call this black gold, when you can finally get a Negro to do something. They usually are the best at it. It just took lots and lots of oppression to get them to do anything. Maybe because it's so much potential, so much gravitas, they don't feel a need to move. And these natural gifts will be put into building power couples like Barack and Michelle, or George Lucas and Melody Hobson. Because of these power couples, they'll be able to take that direction and put it into their legacy. The seed from the body of the male is the true investment in the future. That's the investment right there. They'll be able to have industries and generational wealth based on their investments in their families, which makes so much sense. When you combine black creativity along with other races' willingness to do, you have a combination for greatness. And finally we'll be able to get off this darn planet and go to Mars like Elon Musk wants all of us to do. And this will basically be bringing back Atlantis. And I know you guys want to go to Atlantis. So this obviously means the demand for black women will go up. And I forgot to say, mitochondrial Eve gene can only be passed through the woman. So basically, men will pay her family and her father for her dowry, which means her hand in marriage, but he must invest in her dowry. He must invest in her dowry. You must invest in the woman dowry if you want to take her hand in marriage. She is a woman to you. She is a woman to all of us. She has Mother Africa. the Africa or the moda, the Africa. And this will also be in places like, you know, Africa and the hood, because no matter how uneducated or poor or ratchet, they'll still want them, because you can always dress up a woman, right? You can always mold them, but you have to break it down first. That's another video. Basically, the woman will still be as valuable as is. And since they're fun and beautiful, they'll bring lots of joy into your house, obviously. And of course, they tend to be the sexiest. And basically, men everywhere will find white women repulsive and disgusting. And since Aquarius rules races, that is what's going to go down in this new land. And this is the key to unlocking it all. So if you guys have any questions, comments, thoughts added to this, if I have left anything out, I will write it below. Like and subscribe and share this video with your friends, and buy my book Quintessence on Amazon. Bye, Earthlings.